I haven't made anything on this channel in almost a year, and I think it's because I didn't really care about like what I was doing. Didn't feel like something I should share for one reason or another. But I work for the American Library Association, and we had our midwinter conference beginning of February, and it's just like a big convention for book nerds and authors and publishers. And so I went for work, but I got to kind of walk around the exhibit floor and stuff, and they were essentially throwing books at people. So I picked up a lot of books. I've always loved reading, but seeing as how I have all of these books now, I am starting a project. And the project is I am going to be reading books a lot. I'm gonna try and do a book and a video a week. I read fairly fast, so that shouldn't be too difficult. If it does start to feel kind of impossible, or like it's too much to try and read a book and then edit a video in a week, I'm going to do it once every 2 weeks. I have to read the full novel. I'm gonna rate it out of 10, and then I'm not gonna consume other forms of media, for the most part, I should say. There are some shows that I watch weekly that I'm still gonna keep watching. It's only like 5 shows because I don't watch television. I don't have cable. So I'm gonna watch those shows, but I'm gonna be reading everywhere while I'm commuting, at home, at work, etc., etc. And if I finish a book and finish a video early, then the rest of that week I can consume new forms of media. I'm only gonna start a book at the beginning of each week. Sunday is when I'm gonna try and post videos. I am gonna try and diversify the things that I read. I'm gonna try to read some like comic type books, graphic novels, nonfiction. I'm gonna maybe try to do adult novels, but I read a lot of YA novels because that's what I'm into. So that's what I'm mostly gonna be consuming, but I'm gonna try to consume other things as well. I'm gonna do my best. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, the first book I read, it's called 26 Kisses by Anna Michaels. And I would give it a 5 out of 10, like a 5.5 out of 10. It's like a typical YA romance novel. Let me just read the little synopsis. Getting dumped by her boyfriend is not how Vida planned on starting her summer. When Mark makes it clear that it's over between them, Vida is heartbroken and humiliated, but more importantly, she's inspired. So she sets out on the love quest of a lifetime. Use the summer to forget about Mark, to move on and move up. All she has to do is kiss 26 boys with 26 different names, one for each letter of the alphabet. From the top of the Ferris wheel at her hometown carnival to the sandy dunes of Lake Michigan, Vida takes every opportunity she can to add kisses and boys to her list. And soon the breakup doesn't sting quite as much. But just when Vida thinks she has the whole kissing thing figured out, she meets someone who turns her world upside down. So you can kind of gather what that's about. It was fine. Like, I enjoyed reading it. I wouldn't have finished it. Oh, that's another rule. I will not finish a book I don't enjoy in some way. I don't have the time. So if I start reading a book and I'm not into it and I can't get into it within like the first 3 chapters, 4 chapters, I'm just gonna start a new book. So yeah, it's real typical. It's like a girl, she has a guy and a girl best friend, and the girl best friend really is encouraging her to like get over her relationship with this 26 Kisses project. It's fine. Like, I didn't hate it. The thing about it that bothered me the most is, and this may be a flaw of the writing, or it may just be like, this is how teenagers think. But I feel like most teenagers now, I don't know, I'm not a teenager anymore, I can't really say. I feel like they're more progressive. But they use the word slut a lot in this book because she was kissing a bunch of guys. And like every time I had to read it, I just like internally cringed because I was just like people don't use that word anymore. Like, I haven't heard that word used in the way that it was used in this book since I was in like middle and high school, and that was before. Like, the world is more progressive now, so we don't use that word really anymore, and so I hated reading it. Like, that made me super uncomfortable, and I think I would have enjoyed it a lot more if they didn't use that word so much. Vida as a character, I feel like she doesn't really know who she is. I don't think I'm gonna make these reviews really spoilery. I still have to kind of figure it out. This video is gonna be so long already. I don't want to talk too much about this book that I didn't enjoy. I didn't hate it, but I wasn't like thrilled over reading it, and I wouldn't read it again. So I'm excited to move on to the next book, which is Dear Martin by Nick Stone. It's got this gorgeous cover. I've heard so many good things about this book, and when I was at conference, I got it signed by the author because she was there for our award, and she's a delight. I'll read the synopsis for you guys. Justice McAllister is top of his class at Brailston Prep, captain of the debate team, and set for an Ivy League school next year. But none of that matters to the police officer who just put him in handcuffs. He's eventually released without charges, or an apology, but the incident rattles him. Despite leaving his rough neighborhood, he can't seem to escape the scorn of his former peers or the attitude of his new classmates. The only exception, Sarah Jane, Justice's gorgeous and white debate partner, he wishes he didn't have a thing for. Justice has studied the teachings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., but do they hold up now? He starts a journal to Dr. King to find out. Then Justice goes driving with his best friend Manny, windows rolled down, music turned up, way up, much to the fury of the white off-duty cop beside them. Words fly, shots are fired, and Justice and Manny are caught in the crosshairs. In the media fallout, it's Justice who is under attack. Riveting and revealing, Nick Stone boldly tackles American race relations in this stunning debut. I'm already like a few chapters in, and I feel like I'm gonna finish it so quick. I think it's only like a couple hundred pages, a little over 200 pages. And I'm already so into it. I really, really like it, so I'm excited to finish reading it. I'm really excited to start this project. I think it'll be easier because I've given myself a process. I think it's gonna be good for me to really kind of push myself to meet deadlines and to record these videos and do something new and kind of like challenge myself a little bit. So I hope that this goes well. I'm excited to see how many books I finish. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun, and I'm excited about that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next week with a review on Dear Martin.